Welcome to FusionCAM lesson activity 5. And this lesson will actually generate the tool paths to send to the CNC machine to cut the car out. We also need to create a custom tool because it takes a specialty tool to cut this car in one pass out of the material that we use. The first thing we need to do is select our 3D tool path. We'll go up here to the 3D drop-down and select Parallel. Next, let's check out the tool tabs here. They all work from left to right. First thing we'll do is select a tool, then select our geometry, then create the heights tab, set our parameters for passes, and then our linking parameters. These will be better defined as we move on. First thing we need to do is define our tool. Select Tool, come here and select Ball End Mill. This is the type of end mill we use to shape a surface. Then click this arrow down here to get the millimeter tools. Pick the last 6 millimeter ball in the list right here, and we'll say OK. Now we're going to go back in and customize it. So select Tool again, go back to Ball End Mill. We'll select this 6 millimeter ball at the top of the list, and then we'll say Edit Tool, and we'll customize it to the actual tool that we're going to use. In the description here, let's type in F1-car. So we can remember that this is our F1 car tool. Next, let's fill out these parameters so it matches the tool that we will use. So the tool we will use is 6.35 millimeters, so the diameter would also be 6.35. The flute length needs to be a lot longer. We need to make that 40 millimeter. The shoulder length at 45, let's say 46. And the body length we'll put at 59. And the overall length we'll put at 76. Excuse me, 71. Select OK. Select Yes. And now our tool is defined right up here, F1 Cam Car, with your file name. We'll select OK. It shows up here. Next, let's fill out the parameters for the Denford CNC machine. First, let's set our spindle speed to 23,000. If you have a different machine, you may use different parameters here. Check with your instructor. Next, we'll set our feed rate to 4,000 millimeters per minute. Let's go here and change coolant to disabled. We won't use coolant to cut the model. Next, let's go to the Geometry tab. There are 3 things to check here. We want to change our bounding box. We want to change our machining boundary to the boundary box. We want our tool center on the boundary. And we want to make sure that this box is unchecked, contact only. Next, let's move on to the Heights tab. In the Heights tab, we want to move the bottom of our cutting region to just below the halfway point. We're using a ball end mill, so we want to get that ball just past the halfway. If we don't, we'll have a ridge there. So we're going to go from the bottom of the model, and we're going to say 28 millimeters. That'll lift that up to just below the midpoint if we look there. Okay. Next, we go to Passes. In the Passes tab, we set up actually how we're going to apply the tool path. Currently at 0 degrees, it would cut down the length of the car and back, but we want to cut from the top down, back and forth. This prevents chipping out. We do that by coming in here and putting -90 degrees. And then we want our step over to be 10% of our cutter size. Since our cutter size was 6.35 millimeters, we can change that to 0.635, so 10%. And finally, we'll go to the linking parameter. In the linking parameter, all we want to do is tell it where to start. We want our cutter to start at the back corner here. So the cutter will come down and then engage the material at the top and then move down. We do that by selecting the nothing box and picking this back corner. Now we have all our parameters filled out. If we select OK, our toolpath will be displayed. We can see the cutter starts here and it moves back and forth across the model. This is the end of the video for Activity 5.